Hello guys, we are back with another Leetcode problem and today is day 4 of February. Let's see this today's question and dive into that. So today's question is contiguous array. It's a medium question and highly liked question. So let's dive into it. So you have given an array nums and you have to return the maximum length of contiguous subarray with an equal number of zeros and 1. Okay, we have to return a longest subarray of contiguous array in which it possesses equal number of 0 and 1s. So in that case 0 and 1 uh, the frequency of 0 is 1 and 1 has the frequency 1 also. So in that case we are going to return 2. Okay, y is the longest subarray with an equal number of zeros and 1. In that case answer will be 2 because it contain 0 or 1 in equal number. Okay, so it's a straightforward question. Let's say we have given this array 0 0 1. So in that case what will be our answer? Let's assume so that's the case. So in that case our answer will be this, because in that given array 0 have the count 2 and 1 have the count 2. So our answer for this input is going to be 4. So pretty much straightforward question, and the brute force is on my mind. I'm going to generate all the possible subarrays and try to find out the I'm going to initialize a counter. Let's name it counter. If it encounter with 0, I decrease my counter. If it encounter with 1, I'll enhance my counter. So in that case, let's say we have given this 1 0 1, so and 0. If that's the case, let's say 0 is also here. If that's the case, my counter will be, in that case, if I encounter this 0, my, let's name is CNT value initially is 0. If I encounter with 0, I decrease my pointer with -1. When I encounter with that, my pointer goes to, my count is goes to 0, because -1 plus 1 is equal to 0. And if I reaches to here, my count will be 1. If I reaches to here, my count will be 0, because 0, whenever I get 0, I have to decrease my counter, so it goes to 0. And if I reaches to here, my counter will be 1, and after when I reaches to here, I decrease my CNT and it will be 0 in that case. So what it actually says, if whenever my CNT will be, I traverse the array, if my CNT is equal to 0, it means that in this case it possesses equal number of zeros and equal number of ones, or maybe this array is empty, so I traverse it. So in that case it's not array and it's not empty, and we can say that it possesses equal number of zeros 1, and so in that case I have to return this. So that's my approach. So what's my brute force approach? I'm going to generate all the contiguous subarray and try to find out the maximum length all over them and return the maximum length in that case. So it's my brute force approach, and it takes logarithmic it take factorial time, so I didn't go with that because my time complexity, my nums length is 10 power 5, so I have to do better than that. So here I'm going to do, I'm taking the help of hash map. what's my thought process. Let me just write the code and try to explain what I'm thinking. So here I'm just using a spatial data set is another map. Okay, map. And what I want, I make a one pointer is sum 0. This pointer actually what I'm going to do, I just traverse from here to till the last and try to find out. Whenever I encounter with 0, I'll decrease my sum, and whenever I got 1, I just increase the 1. And at the end, if my sum is equal to 0, in that case, what you know about that, it's have possess the equal number of 0 and 1s in that case. And here I'll make a ans vector in which I'm going to store my ans dynamically. Okay, and and initially initially my map doesn't contain any value, so my sum is equal to in initially case my sum is equal to 0. Actually I make this map in such a manner, the first key is the sum and the value is the index. So in initially I assume my index is minus 1 when my sum is 0. Initially my sum has not, because I'm not traversing the array right now. I wasn't trying traverse. So in that case I'll mentioning my sum equal to in initially 0 and my pointer is now at the position of minus 1. So that's why I stored into my map. And after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to traverse the this array from 0 to till the last, and whenever I'm encounter my nums is equal to let's say 1, I enhance the counter. Sorry, it's a sum. I enhance my sum. If I encounter with if I encounter with 0, I have to decrease my sum in that case. And one thing, let's say here I get 0, so my sum will be minus 1. If I get 1, so my sum will be 0 again. So that's the case for int. So here what I'm going to do, if map dot find, I have to search out. I'm going to search out if my sum, actually what I'm storing 0 minus 1 into my array in my map. So if my sum is equal to 0, in that case what, if it present into my map, if it present into my map, what's my duty? I have to check out what is actually length. So how can I check out the length? So let's try to complete. My ans contains 0, so it means length will maybe 0 or greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, how can I know about that? So this is sum is dynamically of this I for this I, and initially actually the another map actually what it possesses the second part, the value is actually indexes, store the indexes. So what I'm going to do here, I'll just make I is denoting the current index where I'm in standing, and the another one map dot what sum is actually possess the first time it get this number. It means first time the sum equal to 0 it possess, so that is stored the value here, and I have to return it. And what it do does, it stored into the maximum of in the ans. And after that what I'm going to do, I have to add this sum into the my map. So I'll make it this way. But here what I'm going to do, I use the insert function, and insert have the property, it has the property, if it get new key, so it going to create. If it get the previous key which is also, it not going to update it. If I write it if use I'm insert function, it add the new ones but not update the previous one, old ones. So that's the feature of that insert function. So that's why I'm just using map.insert instead of using this uh, map sum and plus plus or anything else, map plus then I assigning something. So I'm not doing that because it update the old value too. So I didn't want to update old values, I want to add only new ones. So here my first parameter is my key is a uh, current sum, and my value is index right now, currently indexed. So that's it. And after that what I'm going to do, I have to return this the answer. So that's guys, that's the code. Let's run this code. Mhm. Sorry, there is a network issue. Why taking a lot of time? Let's refresh it. Let's submit this code guys. I didn't want to waste your time.